Alright, Sam, it's time to do the show, and you know what that means?
What does that mean?
It means it's time to get the internet going.
The generator.
That's right,
I'm on it now.
The generator. You go do that,
I'm
Sam.
on it now, guys. Alright.
That's right, good on you, yep. Yep,
Just trying to
perfect.
kick it open. Come on.
Just make sure you pump it, just give it a bit more gasoline.
Oh, okay, it's going.
You got it?
Good.
Okay, cool.
Have you got some sort of, any connection right now?
I've got it, hang on, let me just check, wait.
Let me just check. Yeah.
Wait, yep, I got that sweet 0.5 meg download.
Awesome. Okay.
Beautiful. Australia, land of the internet. Come on, sit down, quick, save me.
That was horrendous.
I'm bombing here.
That was horrendous.
Ladies and gentlemen, Google today announced that they are bringing gaming into the next generation, whether your internet connection can handle it or not.
Which Australians cannot.
Australia definitely
So we're
cannot.
very excited. Everybody, just thought I'd tell you a bit of a side note. I went to a country singer last night called Luke Combs. You know who I'm talking about. Best singer ever, so I'm a little bit hungover today.
I got the horses in the bag. Horse stock is a
Okay,
Shut up, Sam.
Do I look hungover or do I look fresh?
No one cares about your redneck music man.
Do I look
okay?
fetch, everybody?
You look disgusting.
He was fantastic.
Speaking of country music, the future of music.
Yes, the future of gaming. I don't know
Nice
how that's
segue.
connecting, but we're getting it there.
Today, Google announced their new gaming platform. Now, this has been in the works for quite some time. People may remember that a few months back, Google did Project Stream, and they were actually testing streaming Assassin's Creed Odyssey on pretty much any device.
In Japan only, right?
No, this is globally.
I thought it was only in a specific area in...
I think it was Japan first, and then
Yeah.
it got out into other countries. Basically,
I knew. Ralph
I think
didn't
if you
know.
played 2 hours of this, on Project Stream, you actually got to keep a copy of Assassin's
really?
Creed Odyssey as well, which is not bad.
Oh, wow.
So the way this works is that any screen that's able to show a Chrome browser is able to, beam in a copy of the game.
Yes.
Because all of the technology is actually being handled in the cloud. Like, the game is being computed in the cloud.
Computed, everybody.
That's right.
That's the word of the
That's
day.
word,
Computed.
And then it's being beamed to your screen so that
Yeah.
you're just seeing the image in front of you.
I
It's
think
like Netflix, for example,
Yeah,
where the
yeah.
player is, in the cloud and you're just there. You don't need a DVD player to use Netflix.
Yeah, I think Google was like, we know you guys have been streaming content on Google Chrome now for over a decade. Now to bring you the next thing to stream.
I think Sam was trying to make a Pornhub joke there.
I thought it was... I was
but
setting it up. I thought that was quite good.
It was very unclear. So I needed to remind you guys.
Everyone knew where I was going with that.
Sam just made a joke. Please clap.
It's a funny joke. Please like and subscribe.
So that was the first test run. Today they announced what the official sort of thing is called. It's called Stadia, and they had a
Weird name, by the way.
It's
Weird
kind
name.
of on play on stadiums. I think they had a weird commercial to back it up.
Let's have a look at this weird shit.
At Kinney, and only at Kinney.
From the beginning of time, games have brought us together. Players and spectators. By the handful, the hundreds, and the thousands.
Let's go!
Let's go, squad!
Dale, vamos, vamos, vamos.
Let's go!
Yes! Get him! Boom!
One place for all the ways we play. This is Stadia. Gather round.
Was that your commercial?
I don't know.
I think that was the ad. I mean, the first half of it, I was like,
Is this the Olympics?
Is this like a History Channel shit?
That's
Like
right.
it's going through like the Renaissance and shit.
Is this like a skill up review?
Oh my god! Right? It took forever to get to the final point. Am I
true.
right? God, there was no massive ship though. I didn't see that.
That's true. That's true. The long and the short of it is that you're going to have this platform. There's so few details about it right now. We don't know what the pricing model will be. We don't know if it's subscription based or you need to purchase each specific game. We don't know if you're going to have the option to download the games in addition to streaming.
Yeah.
We don't know how it really works, other than Google saying we promise it works. We know that they're promising up to 4K or in the future 8K resolution, with 60 FPS and like minimal, latency.
Lol.
Minimal.
Who knows what that actually means? But another big thing that they are promising is YouTube integration. Now I
Very
feel
interesting.
like if someone was to ask me what's the quickest and easiest way to get a table at, you know, the gaming table, it's definitely making sure that if you're Google, you make sure you use YouTube to get in there. Because if they can have...
They own YouTube.
You know what I mean. They own YouTube. I know that, okay? Let's go, squad! I think it's going to be such a strong card to play if you can be on YouTube looking at a game. Underneath, it says play. You press play and you start playing that very game on YouTube.
It's pretty nuts to think that you could be watching a review from someone and you think that
Not
game,
skill up.
Not skill up.
Okay.
You think that game looks pretty good. And at the end of the review is a button that just says play now. And then you click that button and then 5 seconds later, you are playing the game.
Totally.
That's pretty fucking mind-blowing
Yeah.
when you think about it. And it's a real game changer for a lot of things. Because even think about it, right? Creators at that point, like YouTubers, are going to be so incentivized to create content and like talk about games because then they're going to be like, and use my affiliate link here to click play now. And
we don't know if that's going to happen, but like,
dude, it's already happening on Fortnite and the Epic Games Store.
It definitely,
it's definitely going to happen
They did
here
that
as well.
campaign, I remember that, but
Big time.
we don't know. But I feel like if they were smart, I mean, that's exactly what they would do. Use creators, because now creators like the best marketing tool you can have.
For sure. So there's those sorts of opportunities. There's also things like, you know, you could be watching a streamer play the game on YouTube, and then you can like download a copy of their save file, and then basically you don't even need to download it. You just kind of press some buttons or whatever, and then you can jump into the game exactly where they were playing. All that sort of stuff is possible with a platform like this.
Yeah.
So for sure, there's some really big opportunities here, and it really does feel like a next generation platform with what it could accomplish. But there's also, oh, by the way, the controller.
I was going to say, we actually have
the controller.
a copy of the controller here. Okay, this
right.
is
We
the
got sent
Stadia control. Everyone look at it. It's
beautiful,
there it
isn't
is, right
Very
there.
nice.
Okay,
Special Destiny logos on it
promise
as
you,
well.
it's not a PlayStation 4
It's
controller.
definitely not.
Okay.
Right into your mind. Deja vu, I've just been in this place before.
The interesting thing about the control is the control actually connects to Wi-Fi. So rather than connecting to your device and then it interfacing to whatever, it goes straight to the cloud, which is going to reduce controller input latency. So that's cool. They say that. Great opportunities, but at the same time, lots of pitfalls. First of all, in Australia, we look at this whiz-bang internet technology and we think, crikey, mate, we'll never be able to fucking play that.
While I was riding my kangaroo here, I was
right.
like, how the hell am I going to be playing? You know, it's going to cost me $900 dues to even get this goddamn internet.
The internet in Australia is
horrendous.
It's like the 90th in the world. We're like most third world countries have better internet than Australia.
We are fourth world country when it comes to internet.
You can help right now by calling 0800 035 3800. Please, will you help?
Tobias!
I have ADSL 1 in my home. That's a true story.
I got NBN.
I have 0.5 megabyte upload, and I have about 2 megabytes down. I'm not shitting you, by the way. I'm a fucking YouTuber, and that's my internet.
The amount of times Gruff had to come to my house and be like, can I upload a video?
That's true,
I'm like,
'cause he has better internet. So,
'Cause I'm best.
Australia, though, is not alone with this sort of technology. Even in the States and Europe, there's still... internet infrastructure is still lacking. Internet data caps are a big thing as well, you know, as in like people might have quick internet, but they may only have, you know, 1 terabyte download limit. And if you're streaming games like this all the time, on top of your regular internet usage, you are going to crunch through your data caps so fast.
Now, I know that in the States there are plans out there that have unlimited data, right?
Yeah.
Now, but you're right, if you're playing 4K, 60 FPS for 10 hours or some shit, dude, that's a fuckload of data. And that's going to be an issue with Australians, you know, because there is
time.
a cap. And, I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of other areas that they're even mentioning where... Are they even ready for it? I know maybe America and Canada maybe are, but like to roll out the rest of it to the rest of the world, I feel like it's going to be like a 3 to 5 year thing.
I feel like it's 5 to 10 years. I mean, like it just
not that long, but it's long.
Dude, ADSL 1 in my home. Come
You're
on
a
now.
pleb.
Infrastructure for telecommunications moves famously slow, and this does look like an announcement that is ahead of its time. Now, I'm not saying that they shouldn't develop a platform like this. I'm not saying that it doesn't hold great opportunities for the future, but what I am saying is that for the next few years, this platform is probably not going to be appealing to a very large number of players because they just won't have the internet to be able to access it. And that's separate from, even in ideal conditions, there's latency involved. You know, Digital Foundry did a test themselves at Google with a Google internet like connection right next to the fucking data center,
gigabytes per second,
and they
or
were
some
still
shit.
getting 166 millisecond delay, which is a noticeable delay. It's not perfect. It's not bad, but it's not perfect.
We don't
either.
know if Google was trying to create, you know, similar conditions to the world, though.
No, they would have been trying to do the best of the best.
Sure,
for sure.
Sure, but we don't know. I think Yeah, I just think that it's going to be a very rocky road ahead, and I think it is going to be a 5G kind of age that this is going to really start making a mainstream effect.
Correct.
But I really do think this is going to have an effect in a lot of ways. Number one, I mean, sure, this is assumptions, but I think that if the YouTube platform becomes the place where people want to play streamed games, you know, EA Play, Xbox Project X Cloud or whatever, the PS Now, like all these places that already are trying to aspire to have their own streaming areas, maybe they'll look at this and go, dude, we've got to jump on this too, and it'll just be like this centralized hub of gaming, you know, like, who knows?
It could be that. Yep.
No. Ralph's like, I just think because it's such a giant in gaming YouTube, you go there to get all gaming content. Dude, it just makes sense that all these other places also put their games on there too.
It could be that. I mean, I think people have bigger concerns though about things like ownership of games, which right now is a challenge across the industry where you are owning fewer and fewer of your products. Sony could take away your PSN account in an instant and then you no longer own any games. If you have them in your hand, great. I know what you're saying. I know
Netflix
that Netflix and Spotify and all that sort of shit, but a lot of people still like to own their games. And
Fair
this
enough.
is one step further away from that. The other thing, mods. Right now, you can just mod a game if you have it installed on your PC. You are not going to be able to mod games on this because there's nothing on your PC. It's all computed in the cloud. So unless the developer decides to add mods and maybe charge for them, Bethesda,
Lol.
fuck you, Bethesda. And then, you know, we're not going to be able to get mods in games anymore. So it does represent a fairly transformative movement for, I think, you know, ownership of games and also modification of games, depending on its uptake.
I think that, you know, this whole idea that people won't own their games, I understand that that is a genuine worry, but I just haven't seen anything from these potential streaming, you know, platforms that don't still say that you can still buy your game. You know, X, Y, and Z reasons.
You can't buy music on Spotify.
Sure, but in terms of gaming,
Or
like,
Netflix.
gaming is, well, you can still go buy and DVD, you can still buy these movies on other platforms. You can
Sure.
still buy the music on other platforms.
Sure.
And what I'm saying is I think there'll always still be a marketplace where you can buy that game because you don't have a good internet connection or you just want to buy the game and own it. I think that'll always be there,
Maybe.
I think. But, you know, I just think that there are some pitfalls and there are some opportunities here, but like 5-second download, like that's going to be...
It's not download, it's just
Sorry,
5-second access.
5-second access. I mean, it's just going to be crazy to see the
All
effect.
Sam needs is 5 seconds.
That's it, baby.
The other one I think that's really interesting is the question about whether or not Google will stick with this. And that is, you know, Google have a pretty rich history at this point of like, oh my god, something shiny! And then they jump on it and they're like, we're going to make the next Facebook! And then 2 years later they're like, we don't really want to do that.
What are you talking about? What about Google Glass? Bro?
Yeah, Google Glass is all those
Google
things.
Glass is lit.
Hangouts,
It's happening.
just so many stuff. Go through Google's list of old retired products. There's a lot of them, and it's you definitely have to wonder whether or not Google will see this through. We don't know.
I think that would have been a case of it wasn't successful ventures, so they had to shut it down for just business sense. Now, if this is a successful product,
Sure.
why would they shut it down? So I think that they've got such a great opportunity here to make this successful based on, you know, how much they've already kind of infiltrated gaming in YouTube, you know, so I feel like they'll only hang this up if it's like, okay, this didn't work, and I highly doubt that that's going to happen.
True. Well, we look forward to the day when at the end of a Fallout 76 video on Laymen Gaming, you can click play now and you can immediately start experiencing a bugged out Fallout 76. You know, even though it's not computed on your computer, the bugs are still going to be housed in the cloud, so that's
Ready
something to
for
look
you.
forward to. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.